Good evening, this is K4PW, Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I'm guessing I have audio. Yeah, we do. I just double checked. I can hear myself here. Where am I? Got to get started properly here. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? The answer is always no. Well, I'm glad it is. But if there is an emergency, please call 911. Or if you can't do it, tell us to do it. And tell us where you are and what the problem is. We'll help you out. The net may be broken at any time for emergency traffic. For information on the net, you can go to YouTube right now, put in my call, K4PEW, in their search block, and you'll come up with a, whatever they're calling it. Right? It's actually live, I guess. And you'll be able to see the screen on my radio, and you'll be able to see me, but you can block that out if you want to. I just need just tape a piece of cardboard on there. So anyway, that's on YouTube. You can also see the surface of my radio and me transmitting, and you can also see here any station you might not normally hear. You can also go to 146.415.net, 146.415.net, and get some information on Simplex and what it's all about for the newcomers, I guess. If you haven't reviewed it, a good time to do it is now. Groups.io is another site we use for email, as well as technical questions, as well as anything else regarding ham radio, how to just handle anything. Antennas, feed lines, different radios, which ones are good, which ones are bad. It's a great source. We've got almost 200 people there, and a lot of them are pretty smart. And we can answer most questions, and also you can ask me, or you can not. Just email me, don't ask me. K4PEW@ARRL.net. If I don't have the answer to whatever your question is, I'll kick it off to somebody I do knows the answer. We normally meets at 8 p.m. every Saturday and Wednesday night. And of course, tonight we're conducting as we started here on 146.415 FM, which I was surprised. I'm actually starting on the right frequency tonight. Purpose of that is to have fun. See if everything works. See how you can hear other stations. It's a great resource. I was pleased to hear one of the newcomers to the net. He was saying it's just an interesting net to listen to. I don't. I guess it is if you're just killing time and drinking coffee and watching other things. But no, I think it's good for hams to hear how other stations are doing from around Middle Tennessee. Announcements. The only other announcement I have tonight, the only announcement I have tonight is the 10-meter net that's tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. on 28.415. That's where Michael starts. That's KM4YRF at 7:30. They're in their 5th year. He goes over to a sideband on 10 meters and also to C4FM on 10 meters. The only one in the known universe that uses all three simultaneously. Listen to NASA's or China's doing something, secretly. I don't know. But we just know that we're one of the rarities here doing all the nets that we do and the ones that Michael do. The one that Michael does. The one that Michael does. Yeah, the ones that Michael does. That's it. Okay, any other announcements?
KM4YRF.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, everybody knows that by now that I didn't announce the winner of the 10-meter net on Wednesday night when I was filling in for you. I just got totally sidetracked and forgot. But Miss Emily has come up and she's drawn a name out of the hat. And it's still folded up. I haven't seen it yet. So without further ado, I'm going to announce the winner of the Mid-10 phone net on Sunday evening.
Very good. Sunday evening, be there. You don't have to be there to win, though. But it'd be nice if you were.
No, I'm going to do it now.
Oh, Sunday. This is Saturday.
Yeah, the net's on Sunday. And I was going to do the winner on Wednesday night, but I forgot. So instead, I'm doing it tonight. And the winner is Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Congratulations, and thank you for checking in on the Mid-10 phone net. And Jeff, I'll be in contact with you about the gift card.
Well, we're not sure Jeff's there. He hasn't checked in yet, so I'm not sure he's here. But he'll be happy to hear it, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I'm happy to give it away.
Very good. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Michael had that incentive program, and we've been doing pretty good on it. That 10-meter net's been pretty active. And like I said, we're already into the 5th year, correct? I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
All right. Silence is an affirmation. How's that? All righty. Anyway, we're on net number 1,088. I believe that's the correct number. I got all messed up by missing 2 Wednesdays in a row. And Michael, by the way, Michael handled that very ably, and he does a good job filling in for me. Sometimes I have a life other than ham radio, and my wife had another Wednesday off, and we went all kinds of stupid stuff. We went bowling, and we went. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we shot pool, and she had to shoot some skee ball. That's mandatory for 13-year-olds. We had a good time. We had a real good time. LSU also went out to dinner. Forgot about that. We went out to a new pizza. I say it's new to us, a new pizza place, Salvo's. I hate to advertise it. It's a new pizza place directly across from, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Don't want to advertise commercial things on the air. It's right across the street from Green Hills High School, on the other side of the street, obviously. You can't miss it. It's good stuff. The guy who's apparently the proprietor, or at least the manager of that one, sounds like he just got off the boat, so it must be authentic. All right, we're going to be starting. We will be starting from the west, and it's 108. Number 1,088th net. But we're going to start now with people short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins. I heard a couple in there. I think I heard Whiskey Alpha, but Kilo November 4. What was that?
Kilo November 4, Echo Whiskey Tango, no traffic, mobile service.
That's not very good. That would be, oh my gosh, I forgot your name. Hit me again. Thomas, right?
Yes, sir. Thomas, delivering pizzas in Lebanon.
Yeah, very good. Doing a good job, I'm sure. People love delivery pizza. I'm one of them. All right, very good. That's Thomas. He's mobile. Kilo November 4, Echo Whiskey Tango, and mobile, and delivering pizza for, not going to tell you who that is either. Who else was in there? There was a Whiskey Alpha. Who was it?
Kilo 4, Bravo Whiskey Alpha.
Oh, who else would Whiskey Alpha be, man? Kilo 4, Bravo Whiskey. How you doing? How you doing there, Ricky?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I was thinking when you said Whiskey Alpha, I figured, well, you ought to know that. That's me, Ricky, up here in Portland. Yeah, I just wanted to give her a check, and I don't know how long I'll hang out. You're starting in the west, so by the time you get to the north, I may already be gone. So I'm going to check in now, but I'm going to listen as long as I can.
All right, very good. Yeah, the net's going okay, I take it? I missed the Thursday night.
Oh, yeah. We're having some good topics and get carried away at times, but oh well. Anyway, they're going good, and I appreciate you asking.
Oh yeah, no, I get a kick out of it, really. In fact, I'm giving a presentation up in Clarksville, the 6th. I think it's on the 6th, 5th, the 4th. It's either the 3rd or the 4th to the regional meeting for the Southeast DXers for VHF UHF, and it's a VHF UHF organization, and talking about how Simplex nets, because we would be on the low. These guys, are the ones with the 20 element 2-meter vertical beams for DXing around the country, or 70 centimeter beams, big ones, But we're not in that mode. But we provided, you included, provided a great place for entry level people to get on the air easily.
Yes, roger that. Yeah, I just wanted to get checked in, and congratulations to Jeff, W4 Yankee Golf, or W4YG, for his win on that gift card.
Oh yeah, I know he'll appreciate it. I don't know if he's out there tonight, but I hope he is. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. That's Jeff. He's in Madison.
Okay, yep, dyslexia kicking in. But yeah, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. He checks into my net several times, so I've heard that call before.
Yeah, I can't even spell dyslexia.
Well, if I did, it'd be backwards.
Very good. That's Ricky, a Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha, and he's in Portland. Who else is not anywhere? Short on time, mobile, or first time check? Wow, I didn't. There's a lot of noise on that. Who was that? Anybody hear that for me? One more time, because it was really rough. Is anybody copying that station?
All I got was Welch.
His name is Welch?
No, all I had was the squelch break.
All right. Well, let's try again if you get a chance. If you're, I don't know where you are, but all I did is have a big squelch break, and I couldn't tell what the call was. Again, just a squelch break. I'm sorry. Only getting the. I hear the squelch breaking, and it looks like no audio, just a tone. You know, just I can hear the transmission, but no audio. No big deal. Check in later if you can fix the problem. Anybody else short on time or mobile or first time checking? All right, then we're going to start from the west. Please come now. Well, there was a nice double in there, but surprisingly, the guy that's farthest away, I think, won. Joel, what's up?
I'm amazed. Not a whole lot, man. I didn't know we had a pizza guy on the net.
Yeah, he's a mobile pizza guy.
Man, that's pretty. That's impressive. Have you ever had a guy delivering pizzas on here before?
I think he's checked in on that before. I think he has. Pretty sure. I've talked to him during other times away from the net, so I don't remember if it was on the net or not.
Yeah, he checked in several times.
I was like, what? There's a guy delivering pizzas right now on the net. That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Well, you never heard of people doing DMR, D-Star, C4 FM, 10 meter FM, 10 meter sideband, 10 meter DC, C4 FM either.
Man, you got that right. You know, and now that we've talked about that radio, I mean, it almost seems like the people that haven't been in this hobby very long are going to get sucked right into that.
Well, I guess we're going to have to start a 6 meter FM then.
I mean, I'll try it. I don't think I've ever tried 6 meter FM.
Well, you have an antenna for it, don't you? You have a 6 meter antenna?
Oh, yeah, I can. It's like gangbusters up here on that thing. I've got that all center fit. It does fantastic on 6 meters.
Maybe we need to do that once in a while just to see how much interest we have there.
I mean, I'm game. Have y'all tried the GMRS yet?
A couple of us have tried, but my antennas didn't cut the mustard, and I'm working on getting another antenna up there so I can upset my wife some more.
Well, they've got some really fancy ones for GMRS I've seen, but I forget the most gain I've seen on one. But I want to say the antenna was a couple $100, I think.
The Comet is a 139, I think.
Oh, well, that's a lot cheaper than I thought. I don't remember if it was a Comet. I think it was a Comet. Now, it's been a while since I've looked, but I did try to transmit through my discone on GMRS, and I was able to hit the GMRS repeater down in Brentwood and had a guy come back to me. So that's probably the only time I've made a contact with it.
Yeah, I really ought to try using my. I don't really have a discone. I'm just telling you I do.
Right. Well, I tell you, I've never tried transmitting through it until I don't know, about a month ago, maybe a little longer, somewhere in there. But when I made it through, they said I sounded good, and I couldn't believe it because it's a discone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a try. I had a disc. That was funny. I had that when that tornado came through. I had the it knocked down my main mast and on the chimney, bent it right over, and it busted the antenna and made a mess of things. And so I put that up in a different place. I got it off of the roof, and then I said, well, let me put that discone up there in a different spot over the end of the roof where there used to be a dish antenna, I think it was. And I put it over there, and then 30 days later, that derecho winds come through and knocks a limb and smashes into my discone.
Oh man, was it damaged completely? Could you not use it anymore?
No, it knocked one of the radios off, and I straightened out whatever it was only that radio. But it's not how ironic that it 30 days apart, it knocks out two antennas.
That's terrible. Yeah, because if one of mine goes, they're probably all going to go. They're all fairly close to each other. I don't know, they're a few feet apart at different heights, but not that much different. They're just kind of up the angle of the roof. But yeah, that is ironic. It happened that quick.
So what you're saying, though, in your place, though, there is an antenna domino theory.
Absolutely. They're just in a row there, and I've got the only one that's up I've had it come crashing down before in 80-mile-an-hour winds, and that was the last time that happened. Was this time I used some of that stealth, and the stealth I used was really strong. It's like a 13 gauge, I think, and it worked really well. But the other ones, they're rated for, I think the lowest is like 109 or something like that. So they're pretty good and sturdy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, none of them are good for 130.
No, that's definitely out. But I'll let you carry on. I know y'all got a lot to go. It's KO4 OTV.
All right, I highly recommend 1-inch rebar for masts from now on. 1-inch rebar, nothing will knock those things down. Anyway, that was Joel, KO4OTV, and he's west of Ashland City there in the wilderness. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie.
Hey, man, you've been Mr. Silent recently. What's up?
How you figure? Not much. How you doing?
Wait a minute, I missed it. Is that Rick up there? Hold on. Is that Rick?
It is.
Hey, hold on one second. You would thought I need to name names. That was Greg. No, I said I haven't heard too much from you recently. That's all. From Greg, that is.
How you figure?
I don't know. I figure. Well, mostly I've been off the air two Wednesdays, and I hadn't heard you today, or I don't think I heard you at all yesterday.
No, you haven't been around as much. I don't think I've called out some. You know, when I got my ham license in 1992, I was a pizza delivery guy, in and out of the car, and still checking in and talking to QSO, and in and out of the car. But we have a bunch of us kept the short mountain 319 with the repeater hopping.
No, that would be a mobile. A mobile on ham radio is a nice way for diverting, having a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Of course, is it several pizza people on the air from your same group or different pizza guys?
No, it was just a bunch of ham operators. I'm going with mobile, I think.
Yeah. Do they know who you worked for?
Oh yeah.
So you were just rounding up business.
Oh no, they weren't even in my delivery area.
No, I'm sure. Well, people on Short Mountain, as you know, are from all over the place.
Well, I've said it before. It used to be much. I don't know. Something changed. It used to be even stronger. Not that it's not still good, but it used to be really strong.
Huh. So you're saying it is different in its signal strength from some years ago?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a good judge of that. Well, when I first was here a couple of years, and I hadn't had too much activity out there, and and on the repeaters, and I happened to catch a guy. I don't think it was on that machine though, and he says, "Hey, you need to come over to the 9-1 machine." I said, "Okay, that'd be great." And then he goes on to tell me, he goes, "Yeah, and you tell me if anybody harasses you over there." I'm thinking, you mean that happens? Why would they do that?
That's weird. I don't know why he mentioned that. Well, anyway, but as far as the repeater thing, but then I grew up, and then now I'm only Simplex,
Yeah, Simplex and a quality a quality scanner listener.
Yeah, that's like you say that. And back then, when I was delivering pizzas, I had 3 or 4 antennas on the car for scanners and for 11 meters and the dual bander and you name it. I had it all going, wired directly to the battery, and it was great.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you look like a porcupine, huh?
It was really geeky. Okay, moving on. KD4CD.
Yeah, very good. That's Greg in Antioch, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west?
KO4 to JM.
Hey, there you go. See, I made you wait and hang around for a while.
Yeah. Keep the old man up. That's the way to do it.
You doing it? Hey, by the way, since you served on a carrier, I think I probably looked at it before. Happened to run across it today. Before than that, you look up on Wikipedia. That's as far as you have to go. The USS Enterprise CV6, and the combat history of that aircraft carrier is unbelievable in World War II.
I have to check that out.
When you read it, you just go, "Oh my gosh!" And you figure, well, the reason it made me look, I have a calendar. It has a picture of the crew doing the whole crew, not the whole crew, but the whole flight deck crew, up on deck doing a briefing on operations, and you can see it's neat. It shows the wood decking there, and anyway, and I thought, and that was 1940, and I'm thinking, those guys who were there in 1940 on the Enterprise in the Pacific, and that's where it says the picture was taken, they would be on that ship for the next 5 straight years, and nobody's getting off.
That's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's a heck of a ship, or it was.
Oh yeah, just take a look. It's fascinating. Yeah, it's just good reading. You don't have to be a Navy guy to appreciate it, but here, that ship went through all the major battles in the Pacific and made it out.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man. I like reading about those ships anyway, man. I tell you, it's a carrier. It's crazy world. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I think I told you when they asked me on my dream sheet what I wanted, like it mattered what I wanted as a seaman apprentice, and I put down carrier out of Naples, carrier out of Norfolk, or a carrier out of Yokosuka, because I knew that's where carriers were. And they gave me a destroyer out of Newport, Rhode Island. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I don't know how I lucked out, man. But anyway, I tell you, I wouldn't trade it for anything, man. Hey, I enjoyed the breakfast this morning.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. We had a good crowd.
Absolutely did, man. Nice meeting Joel for the first time and seeing everybody, Jack and the gang.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start making taking reservations in advance.
Absolutely. And man, wasn't that was so wild about Gail. I just can't get over that, man. That's weird.
Yeah, did you look up the article on what happened? It's her husband, and then he's in jail right now.
No, I did not. I don't know her last name or how to look that up.
Just go ahead and look up. Oh gosh, I forgot her last name. I think it's Raymond, and just put a Raymond murder in what you call it up there in Clarksville. Put down Clarksville, Raymond the killing, and then it'll come up. Not that I like talking about it that way, but it was a murder, and he killed her and drug her out to one of the counties there just northwest of, and buried her in a shallow grave up there near Knoxville.
Oh my God! Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate that information, man. That is so tragic, but I'll look that up, man. Paul, I appreciate what you do, man. Thanks.
All right, that's Rick. He's up in West Ashton City. And great signal tonight. Conditions are great. Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot. Who else? Who else? All right, we had a great double in there. Jack kind of won that one, although he sounded like he was gargling. What's up, Jack?
I'm not gargling, and I don't have any pizza delivery stories.
Oh man. Let's see, what else is there? Well, you could be a truck farmer.
Well, it could be, but anyway, it was good to see everybody at the breakfast this morning. It was a good turnout, and I was glad to see everybody.
Oh yeah, no, it's always fun, always fun. Yeah, it was a bummer hearing about Gail, though. I mean, that's a real pity. I mean, it's not even a pity. I can't. How do you say that? That's well, it's just tragic as all get out.
It is tragic. I feel sorry for her, and anything I can do. If she's got a GoFundMe page, let me know.
Oh, I did. It went out on the net to the group. Look on there.
Okay, I hadn't sparked up the computer.
Yep, it'll be right there. I know you do that once a month or so take a look.
Okay. All right, I'll get move along and let somebody else check in. KG4ILV.
Yeah, very good. There is a for those that are interested, there is a fund for her, since she now has custody of her daughter's autistic child, and it's going to create a terrible burden to her. She's single, I believe, and so now she's going to have to take care of that child, and they have a GoFundMe there, and they've already gathered, I don't know, $3,800, something like that, the last I looked, which was earlier this afternoon. Anyway, anything else, Jack?
No, that's all. Back to that.
Very good. That's Jack in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Another big signal. Who was the other person in there with Jack?
KC4TNQ.
Man, everybody sounds good. You hear everybody well tonight there, Charles?
Yeah, so far everybody's coming through pretty good. Of course, I got some noise on my end for some reason. I must have somebody's refrigerator running or something.
I can hear you. I hear something in the background. Do you have a fan or a part of your power supply or something? That's the only thing I hear. Very, very slight, little whir.
No, it's I can see it on my wireless phone. I can see it crawling across the screen. It's local noise from something.
Yeah, but you do have a good. Yeah, otherwise you have a great audio signal. You're doing fine over here.
Yeah, the power supply is just 2 to 3 feet from me, so probably you can hear the fan noise.
Yeah. Very good. Anything for the net, Charles?
No, that's it. Thanks for getting me in, Paul, and good to see everybody at the breakfast this morning. Y'all have a good evening. KC14.
Yeah, very good. That's Charles. He's in West Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Anybody else west?
Morning to K4AL.
Oh man, you are gracing us with your presence. How you doing, Alan?
Well, not too bad. Driving from the airport, going home. I've listened to the net quite a bit, but I haven't checked in. Man, I got the flu like beginning of last month, and it turned into like a nasty cough. I guess I was describing that to some of the guys at work, and I guess that's the nature of this stupid flu thing. And man, they said the cough lasts about 2 months.
Well, I had a similar experience, although it hasn't. I still have a little bit of it, but I've had it over 2 weeks for a cold, and it hasn't really killed me, but it's lingering on longer than I remember old colds, you know.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I had to stay home from work. It was nasty. I couldn't believe it. I must be getting old to talk about my health.
Yeah, we keep this up, we're gonna have to do a health net on a weekly basis.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'll get my eyes on the road here. I just thought I'd check in real quick since I hadn't in quite a while, but I've been listening. K4AL.
Yeah, very good. That's Alan, and he is in Mobile, headed back toward Alexandria. That's Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. Who else is west? Nobody. Okay, down to the south. Please come down.
K4KFQ.
Yeah. Everything going well on your end down there?
As far as I know.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad. Sorry to hear about Frank. I think you didn't. I don't know if you heard me say that last thing about when people stop eating when they're sick. Man, that's a troubling sign.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, he's in the hands of the Lord. All right, I'll let you get on with it. You're running long. K4KFQ.
All right. That was Tony, KF4 KFQ. He's in Smyrna. Big signal. Who else is south? Very good. Got you in there, Larry. I didn't hear the number on D-Star. Oh, man. Where is everybody? Yep, that's Larry. He is in Rockville, and he does the D-Star net at 7:15 on Saturday nights on 146-460. If you got D-Star, you need to be there. Even if you got a handheld, and he can't hear you, then you can we'll relay you in. And that's KE4 SYV. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4, November, Delta, November.
Ah, very good. Our other lonely warrior down there in Reedyville. How you doing there, David?
Hey, I'm doing all right. It's been a great day outside there for sure. How about yourself?
Well, unfortunately, we're coming up on one of those things I don't like, and that's we lose an hour tonight.
Oh, well, I wish they would stop that. It confuses me every time, and I get mixed up for days and days and days, you know?
I don't even read the articles anymore. I read one just today. I started to read one, and it said something about it has something to do for better health for some people. I'm thinking, why? Why would changing hours so the sun lasts longer or shorter? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, that means all farmers are unhealthy because they don't care what time it is.
Hey, no, the cows still need milking, and the crops still need cropping, yeah.
I guarantee, having had worked on a dairy farm, you don't even need an alarm clock on the farm because the cows are headed into the dairy barn waiting for you.
I know that's right. I've got a farm right behind me, and but it's about daylight. You can hear them barking, you know, for sure. But anyway, thanks, Paul, for what you do, and tips for everybody on that. Hey, I'm India, and back to you, sir.
Yeah, that was David in Reedyville. Great, good signal tonight. Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Who else is south? Anywhere south? South or east?
KM4 YRF.
Very good, Michael. Yeah, you better get that gift card. I hope Jeff's out there tonight. But he's north, so maybe he'll check in later. I heard somebody trying to check in. That wasn't you, was it?
No, that's Steve in Bowling Green.
Oh, okay, very good. K for Western Kentucky University. Well, that's not what that's. You know, when I first got him, heard him on the air, I said, "Oh, you're with Western Kentucky University." He goes, "No."
Yeah, I think the same thing every time I say his call sign. But I talked to Jeff on the phone. He's under the weather, so I doubt that we'll hear him tonight. But he does know that he's the winner, and I'm mailing his gift card to him tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah. Well, everybody's a winner on this night, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Steve, can you hear me up there in Kentucky? I'm not copying anything from Steve.
Hey, Steve, are you hearing Paul? All right. Well, he's got you in the log. Do you have anything else? All right. Well, I heard you, and I got you in there, and Paul can hear you barely, but anyway, Paul he knows that he's in the log.
He does have one of the better squelch breaks I've heard in a while.
Paul said you did have one of the better squelch breaks he's heard in a while. All right, back to you, Paul.
Yeah, we need to have a like an Academy Awards. You know, the Simplexton Academy Awards for best signal under noisy conditions, and best squelch break.
Comment.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, he even broke my squelch, and I never hear him, and I heard Larry tonight too, and I never hear him. So conditions are good. TV.
Well, Larry, yeah, I think they are good, but Larry also fixed something with his feed line. He found it like a broken terminal or something on one of his feed lines.
Very good.
All right. Anyway, it was Steve, K4WKU, and he's in just north of Bowling Green. He's 65 miles north, so sometimes I can hear him well, and other times I can't hear him. Like today, I could only hear. I tried to check into his net last night, and all I could hear was squelch breaks, but it's no luck. I got to get my beam back up. That's what I got to do. Anyway, that was K4WKU. Who else is East?
KK5S.
Very good. Yeah, I'm glad you put that thing up. Boy, they were really raking in some donations to that site for Gail.
Yeah, what the other girl was telling me was that it didn't go as fast as they thought they did, but hopefully, they'll get that up there to help them out quite a bit.
Well, I hope so. She's going to have some unusual expenses for her daughters, arrangements, and also for her, her daughters or grandsons, whatever's got to happen there.
Yeah, that's real sad. It really is.
Well, it's one of those things that any death, it tends to shock you if you know the person, or if like it's like people in the movie business go, wow, wow, they died, that kind of thing. But when somebody or somebody, well, it's always like it's like a stunning thing. It's like getting hit, and when even that's not close. I mean, I don't know Gail that well, but I've known her for a long time at the restaurant. But to have somebody's daughter get murdered is like, oh my gosh, what is this? A crime show? This is terrible.
Oh yeah, because after we all sat there for about 5 minutes, and not a one of us said anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's obviously it's always shocking, but you can understand a car accident. That's you go, oh wow, that's horrible, blah blah, and but when somebody gets murdered, it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to dwell on it, but the fact is that Gail's got her hands full now, and she's not 35, so she's got her hands full in her in her winter of her life, so to speak.
Yeah, that'd be like one of us having to do that.
Well, I'd do it if I had to. I'm sure of that. Like I did with my mother, I did it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway.
Absolutely, my friend. All right, well, I'm going to get out the way here and let you get back to everybody else so don't hold everything up. KK5S.
Very good. That's Kerry, and he's in Baird's Mill, Kilo 5 Sierra. Who else is East?
Okay, Mark Street.
Oh, Stan. You hearing everybody good tonight, or is conditions better, worse than I think they are?
I usually can't hear Steve up in Kentucky. I hear everybody else pretty well.
Yeah, that's great. Everything going good for you?
Yeah, I'm not running the HC tonight. I'm running the FT 8900.
What was it? Oh, FT. Oh, okay, great. Great radio. How do you like that radio?
I like it pretty well.
Yeah, Yaesu makes some nice gear. They really do. I mean, all the majors do anyway, but I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, if I use it run in the mobile, but I got it on the bench tonight and not using it.
Yeah, it's amazing how we hams are. It's like we're planning for all of them to fail because I mean, here I sit with, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have, I think, 5 mobile rigs just sitting in the house, not including the one in the house in the car.
Yeah, don't have that many, Paul.
I know it's too many. Anything else on that, Stan?
No, that's all, Paul. Back to that. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Very good. That's Stan with a big signal out of Lebanon. A mile or so, I guess, north of the Circle Square in the middle of town there. It's KM4HQE. Who else is east? East or north?
Kilo back for 4 Golf Oscar November.
Very good, Danny. You doing okay?
Oh yeah. Tired, been painting and nailing trim up today.
Do you use do you have enough money to use one of those nail guns for that for trim?
Oh yeah, I got a Bostic finish nailer I'm using.
Oh, I've never used one. I always wanted one because nail and trim is such a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, I've had this for years, so I wouldn't dare try this with hammer and nails.
Well, I've done it, but what you end up doing is you have to hit it, and then you have to use a nail set because you don't want to damage the wood.
Right.
Anyway, no, I don't know. It's not that it's one of those tools that I wouldn't use very often, so I just don't have one because I'd spend $100 and use it once in a lifetime.
Well, I've used it several times over the years. I'm actually doing crown molding, so no, there ain't no way I'd try to nail that up.
Yeah, what you do is get some of that construction glue and stick it up there. That'll do it. If you can hold it up there.
All right. Yeah. No. All right.
Very good. Anything else for the net, Danny?
No, that's it. Catch you on a couple more.
Did your wife talk you into that crown molding?
No, actually, it was my idea. I got a bunch of it left over from when we was doing the renovations, while I worked. So, I've had it up there in the garage, been meaning to put it up, and since, I had this done, I thought, well, now's the time to do it.
Oh, that's great. No, that's good because it's that crown molding is even more expensive than base molding,
Oh, yeah, I looked it up. The boards I'm using right now are $18 a board, and they're 8-foot boards.
Oh, wow. That would start to add up, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so at least I know where to go to get a nail gun.
All right.
I don't hope to do that in the near future, but everything else okay, Danny?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All right, very good. That was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. When I worked construction in Florida, and there was this guy, and there were 70 buildings we did. We wired. I was on the electrical crew. It was 70 buildings we wired. There were 8 apartments per building, and of course I saw all the other trades. But the guy who got the contract for the trim, all of the baseboard stuff, it was him, I think, and his girlfriend. I think that's what the deal was. And man, they could fly through rooms, cutting. They had the cutting tools outside. Just boom, measured, cut, bam. They just go and slap them up using a nail gun. I mean, they were amazing, like the production of putting those things in. But I don't like being on your knees down there all day up and down would drive me crazy. I couldn't do it now for sure. Anyway, that was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is east or north? Anybody else east or north?
Well, EW calling. If you're in Angel Town, that place.
Hey, very good, Carlin. Was there? But hold on one second. There was a noise in there. I don't know whether it was you or is there another station in there? I don't know. It was just a strange noise it seemed like when you first checked in. It sounded like a car horn almost.
Yeah, I heard it too. It was full scale here.
You didn't hear that, Carlin?
Nope, I just keyed up. I don't know what it was.
You don't have one of those clown horns on your radio, do you?
No, but there's some people around here that's got toys that should know better than playing with them on ham radio.
Yeah, especially when they're doing it maliciously.
Yeah, they got a guy down in New Orleans here about a month or two ago that was doing that $18,500 fine.
Who was he interfering with?
Oh, he was just sitting back and just keying up dead keys and not saying nothing, and then playing some. They had a name for it, but he was playing some kind of audio or something off of some electronic device, and he thought he was too far away from, I guess, the listening station in Washington or maybe the one over in Georgia or something, and he found out different.
Well, he was just trying to do like a broadcast of music. Was that what it was?
No, it was one of them toy things where you push a button and it plays something, a noise of some kind. And that's all he was doing. He was either dead keying or he was playing some kind of a noise. I don't know what the noise was. They didn't explain. They just said it was some kind of electronic box that he was using. But it didn't matter, you know. And he tried to appeal the fine, and they told him, no, you're going to pay it. So,
They didn't take away his gear?
I guess he had to sell it, you know, to pay the fine.
Yeah, see, I don't get that. I mean, I don't understand it. Every ham knows there's penalties for that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess they think like smokers. They're immune, is what they think. I'm not going to get caught. It's not going to hurt me. You know, and that's just the way it is. And you know, it's kind of a funny thing too. As the higher the classification of a ham goes up, it seems to be, for some reason, it don't make no sense, that they tend to want to do more things that they know they shouldn't want to do. That's what gets me, you know. I guess you get to the point that they just don't value their license anymore and they start doing stupid stuff. I don't know. I just don't understand it. You know, that's just the way it goes, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I've also heard kids on. In fact, I think it was on this frequency. I heard some kids messing around one time, and I said, you need the ID if you got an ID, and they just they gave me some nonsense answers. You know, they were just kids. I think they found somebody's HT, you know, in here in Mount Juliet, and I said, listen, I'm just going to warn you now. You don't want to get caught messing on the frequencies without having a ham license because it's going to be expensive for you. And they shut up.
There's some people that don't care though, Paul. They'll just keep on, and like I said, they think they're immune. And then they get that, and they open the door, and there stands the sheriff, and there stands somebody from the FCC wanting to inspect the station. You know, and that's just the way it is. And people just don't understand. The FCC, they will feed you rope and let you think that you're getting away with this stuff, and that rope is to hang you. And they just sit back, go, okay, do what you want, go ahead, we're listening, we're watching, and that's what they do. It's like down on 40 meters, there was a guy down there that was cussing, I think it was Laura, over the FCC. He was down there on 40 meters talking about he wasn't going to, they wasn't going to do nothing to him. He was going to do this, and he didn't give a about what the FCC said. And, you know, he just kept on. And that went on maybe about a month. And I noticed after about a month, he was gone. I ain't heard him since. You know, I guess he got that on the door, you know, and found out different.
Yeah, we had a guy interfering here pretty regularly, and we kind of, with help, Brian was trying to chase the signal down over there, and I think it was over near Madison somewhere. I don't know exactly where. And I told him about 10 times, and he said, please get off the air. You know, you're just being a nuisance. He didn't care either, and he just couldn't care less. I don't know whether he moved or died, or the FCC came and got him, or his wife shut him down. I really don't know. I don't know what happened to him, but he was messing with us for a while.
Oh yeah, well, and, you know, you got to think, this country's $36.2 trillion in debt,
And if you want to pay towards that debt, just keep on acting immature and thinking you're immature, you're immune, and you can help pay that debt. So, that's just the way it is. So I don't know. But anyway, I guess you're doing okay down there. Sounds like it.
Yeah, we're doing great. Everything else with you?
Yeah, I guess. I'm doing the best I reckon I can do right now. So, I don't know. I guess I'll finish up and turn it back over to you and let you get some more check-ins there. So, hello to everybody. I hope everybody stays warm tonight. I don't know how cold it's going to get, but I didn't pay no attention to the weather tonight. So, anyhow, I hope everybody's enjoying the net and having a good time. Well, that's it, KD4VW, and I'm going to turn it back over to Net Control.
Very good. That's Carlin in Bethpage, Angeltown area. Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey with a real big signal here. Who else is north or anywhere?
WB0NRO.
Hey, how you doing, Mark? That wasn't you making a racket earlier, was it?
Yeah, it was. I was just about to pass up.
Well, oddly, you weren't the first. I thought of it. Well, I didn't know who it was, and I thought, like, that's happened to Mark before.
A tuner that's hooked up to this, well, one of the other radio I was using, and apparently it's getting RF back into something in the radio audio circuit somewhere. So anyway, I disconnected it and turned on a different radio, so I guess it's working all right now.
Yeah, it's working great right now. You sound like your old self. The other one was, all I could hear was there was no audio whatsoever.
Yep. Oh well, that happens. Back years ago, I lived in Atlanta, and of course I was in the radio business at the time, and I had put a synthesizer on a commercial radio for a company I worked for at the time, and was driving around Atlanta talking to a bunch of the guys down there on a repeater we had up. Bears the thought. But anyway, I ended up getting a notice from Powder Springs, and that they had detected my spurious emission.
Oh, really? And how far away were they from you?
They were in the Atlanta area, but I don't know. I never got within 10 or 15 miles mobile of them, and they were able to detect it.
Huh. And that was on a regular repeater, not a commercial one.
Yeah, it was on a ham repeater. So I don't know. I fixed it. It actually blew the transmitter out of the radio. I don't think it was the synthesizer. Whatever it was, I put it on a different radio and had it fixed before I got the letter from them. But still, it was nice to hear from them.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be under those conditions.
No, I had an opportunity to meet some of the guys down there, and I fessed up that it was me, but I never found the guy that actually heard the admission and wrote the citation. Of course, they give you a warning, and a written warning. So you best fix it if you get one of those. I don't know if they still have a monitoring station anywhere or not. I know they used to. They even had one here in Nashville for a while on a building top. But I think that's been gone a long time now.
Well, I got a note from an oh gosh, it's 15 years ago probably. And I was using on PSK 31, I think it was. And he said I was splattering the band. And I'm like, and I don't remember. I didn't agree with him, but I didn't just say, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna argue with him. But I didn't hear from him again, so I guess it went away. And he was up in like Michigan.
Yeah, you never know. Mine was not from an OO. Mine was actually from the Powder Springs monitoring station of the FCC. It was on official the United States government versus me.
Well, that'll get your attention.
anyway, that's all I got. I fessed up. So, please don't come and arrest me. Anyway, carry on. I'll be listening. WB0NLO.
I should have said right at that point, Mark, is that you? And then you could give me a couple of clicks, you know.
Yep, you could have. It's done it before.
Yeah, very good. All right, good to have you in there, Mark. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, and he is out by the beach along the lake in North Wilson County. Who else is north or anywhere? Another squelch breaker. Mike, are you copying it?
I don't hear anything, Paul.
Just Brian.
Paul, AC9IM is in there.
Okay, AC9IM. That's Steve up there in Scottsville, Kentucky. I'm just barely hearing something, and I can hear the squelch break, but I can't tell it's him. Steve, good to have you in there. If you can hear me.
He can hear you just fine, Paul, and Brian was in there as well.
Okay, very good. Thanks for being there, Steve. Hope you're having a good day. Brian, you're mobile. I think you said you're on a handheld, aren't you? Yeah, I can tell you're there. I just can't hear the words. I can hear you talking, but can't make out the words. You have to give me some hand signals, I think. Anyway, that's Kilo Charlie 3 Charlie Tango Papa, I believe that's the call. Brian, he's mobile. Anybody else?
Kilo, November 4, Echo, Romeo, India, Eric in Goodlettsville.
Hey, Eric. Good to have you at the breakfast this morning. I think we resolved all the radio and handgun issues.
Yes, that was. Great seeing everybody. There was the new ham radio guy that kind of came up last that had his son there. You know, I was thinking about it. I was like, I should have got his name or call sign or something. I could try to give him a hand with his antenna putting up.
Yeah, well, I asked him to give us a call if he had needed any help at all. So his name is Josh, and I'd have to look at his call on one of the other check-ins. I don't have it right in front of me.
No worries. Maybe he'll be at the breakfast next week or something. But I thought, hey, you know, somebody helped me put up my antenna up. Maybe I'd give him a hand putting up his antenna if he wanted it.
I have a basic rule about, well, I'm not going to do that anymore, but the last time I put up an antenna up on the roof, I think it was the last time, I learned a lesson that I should have learned when I was in Florida when I re-roofed a house in July. I put up an antenna on the roof in August, or July or August here, and that roof, you can't believe how hot roofs get until you get up on one in the summer.
Yeah, it's like a little reflective oven back at you. So, yeah, not good to do it when it's that hot out.
No, it isn't. Everything else okay?
Yep, everything is great.
Yeah, I was eyeballing that vertical. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. Check out that beam I have and see if that's going to work. I might even think about putting my disc cone back up. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, you got to get your GMRS antenna up and see if I can hear you over here on this side. Because you heard me even just on the HT.
I know, it was unreal. I mean, that little TYT HT is it's a monster on at least on receive. But your signal had to be good. And I'm in the, let's see, you are, my bearing straight here. I'm on the south end of the house, and my house more or less is north-south. So that signal made it all the way through my house into that HT.
Yeah, you know, I was looking at the gain on this antenna. I got the GP9NC or something, and it's like 11.9 is the gain on that GMRS signal.
Oh, man, that's awesome. And that's better than the Comet, then.
You know, it supposedly is, but I think it was Danny was saying that the smaller one, which has a dB gain of 9, actually works better, because he tested them side by side. And obviously, I didn't. I just got the bigger one. But he actually said the smaller one works better.
Oh, I'm glad Mr. Moneybags can buy 2 antennas.
Negative, it's up at like, whatever, 50 feet, and I ain't going to touch it. It's working.
No, I meant Danny with 2 antennas.
510.
I'm sorry, say again there, Greg.
It's the same as the same gain as the Comet 510.
Oh yeah, it's like 8.2 maybe.
On 70 centimeter up there, it's 11 or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but again, the 510 doesn't do well on that frequency.
Yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I noticed on we've got that 2000 the 2000 car. It's a Toyota, and I hadn't paid much attention to it. I mean, I don't because I'm we're not speeding around town. I noticed that the speedometer on that thing shows 140 in miles per hour. I'm thinking. I asked my wife. I said, "Do you really think this four-cylinder Toyota Camry can do 140?" It's the same kind of thing. It's I don't always believe the gain numbers on antennas.
Yeah, that's for sure. Roger that.
Anyway, everything else going good for you?
Yep, absolutely. It's all going good. Good to see you about breakfast, and back to you.
I feel like there's bugs on my back of my neck. I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting these little things going. There must be fruit flies in here or something. That sounds silly. All right, that was Eric, Kilo November 4, Echo, Romeo, India. People who are watching on the net, they can see me flailing around. I got bugs or something. It must be cooties. All right, anybody else north or anywhere? All right, then we're moving on to the final call list here for dilly-dalliers, spudlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater chunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by aliens deniers, moon backside and people who live on the backside of the moon deniers, flat earthers and flat earth deniers, and also the scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end time survivalists, and I had one more and I forgot what it was. Oh, malingerers. I got to put that on the list. Malingerers. I always like that one. Anyway, we're moving on to 144-240, unless I hear from somebody right now.
Well, I think that marquee was made for me. K1SP.
I gave up because you didn't check in, I think, the last 2 times I've called that.
I don't know. No, I saw that thumbnail for the YouTube feed tonight. That was pretty good.
Oh, I forgot to say, I got that from Tony in Smyrna. He found that somewhere and sent it to me.
You're talking about the legal and illegal transmissions. I probably got one that tops them all.
Oh, really? Was it that bad?
Well, my father was a federal agent with the J. Edgar Hoover's group. Let's put it that way. And there were 2 of them, my dad and another agent in our town. And the other agent's wife called our house one evening and said, "Hey, where's Dennis? He hasn't come back yet." And my father said, "Well, I'll call on the radio and say." And Dad tossed me the keys to his bureau car and said, "Go down the radio and call Dennis, see when he's coming back to Beaufort." So I got on there and called him by his radio number with my dad's. And he answered me. He just happened to be by a remote there in the office up in Charleston. And he said, I'll be home in an hour and a half or whatever. Get off the radio, and another agent was standing there looking at him and said, "That wasn't JP, who's that?" And he goes, "Oh, that was Scott, his son." "Well, what's he doing in the bureau car? He's not supposed to be in there." He said, "Oh, JP lets him take it to the dump to run the trash."
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm sure they laughed that off, though. I'm pretty sure they weren't going to press charges against him.
That was a pretty funny one there. But, when we had the strong winds last week or so, it tilted my vertical that's up in the pear tree, and the clamp came loose, and it dropped it down about maybe 40 degrees, 45 degrees. And I said, "Yeah, okay." Well, I was telling Michael on the 10-meter net that I couldn't get any good SWR match on my antenna. Something was wrong. So I went ahead and dropped it, and I ran a whole new line of coax up there and put it up the tree. And I was looking up there, because I'm having issues. So I got to bring it back down and check my connections. I got the binoculars and I looked up there at it, and there's no coax to it. The second windstorm we had must have broke a branch loose or something and yanked the coax out of the connector.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I was trying to keep that same wind thing. I was keeping an eye on my X700 in the backyard to see if it was doing okay during the storm, during that heavy wind, because it was whipping it around pretty good.
Well, I've got this thing up on those military tent poles. Real easy for me to slide it up into the tree. I put about 8 or 9 of them together, and the antenna is 18 feet long. It sticks out the top of the tree, 50 feet maybe. And so I'm bringing it down a couple of days ago so I can put a new connector on it. Well, I don't have the tent poles hard connected. So, I just pick up on one and yank the bottom one out and drop it down one by one. Well, as I dropped it about 1 or 2, the top pole that the antenna was tied to decides it's going to come loose. Well, it drops the antenna completely at a 90-degree angle to the roof of the tree. And it's laying up there on the top of the tree.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's a first, huh?
Yeah. So I put together some more poles and rocked the limbs because it's bare right now. The tree's kind of thin. And it shifted down a good bit, and I got the step ladder out and reached up and finally grabbed the top whip and got it back down. Well, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, is it? You don't know what's bad is until it happens.
Yeah. All right, well, carry on there, Paul. Dilly Dally K1SPD back to that.
Yeah, very good. That's Scott and Laverne. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta is number 23 for the net. Pretty good number for the evening. Anybody else out there before I jump over to 144-240? All right, I guess I waited long enough. 144-240 upper sideband. We'll see you there. K4PW. Ooh, sounds pretty noisy out there. Hold on. All right, this is K4PW, 144-240 upper sideband. Looking for check-ins from the west.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Very good. We got Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg in Antioch. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor.
Yeah, you've got a real great audio and signal tonight there, Jack. That's Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west? West or south? Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. That's Scott and Laverne with a good signal. Who else is west or south? Over to the east. Kilo 5 Sierra. That's Carrie and Baird's Mill with a good signal. Who else is south or east? Nobody else south or east? No, a bunch of lollygaggers. Okay, you going to the north? Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Good signal, Danny. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
All right, I had 2 in there, and I heard them both. I had WB0NOO, and who else? Oh, Carlin. I get it straight in a second. My brain here. KD4VUW. Who else?
November 4 Echo Romeo India, Eric Goodlettsville.
Okay, very good. Eric got you in there. Good, great signal. Who else is north? That's Eric in Goodlettsville. Anybody else, anyplace, anywhere?
KM4 Wilder.
All right, very good. Hey, don't be making popcorn during the net, okay?
Actually, I was on 6 meters with Joel.
Okay, very good. Very good. That's a good excuse. Anybody else out there?
KC4 TU
Oh man, there you go. We're packing them in now. That's Charles over in West Nashville, KC4 Tango November, Quebec. Sounds really good audio tonight there, Charles.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I was watching a video.
All right, very good. Well, that's what's always permitted, man. That's why I say when people get, I'll just say that's what gives you an opportunity. What's great about the net in a way, you don't have to pay attention if you're not talking. You can make coffee, drink coffee, watch TV, you do anything you want to.
Propagation's good tonight, despite the high noise level.
Yeah, it is pretty good. In fact, the noise level went down for me a little bit there, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, mine was like S3, but everybody's punching through it.
Yeah, no, it's been good. There's 13 of us, which is about normal for us. Anybody else out there before we move over to 50.135? All right, that's where we're going, 50.135, upper sideband, 6 meters, in case you didn't know what 50.135 was, which I'm sure you do. All right, we're going to go over to 50.135. Hey, hold on one second. I gotta hit the antenna thing here.
Anybody over here?
Yeah, Paul's having to fix something.
No, that's all right. I forgot I had a wrong antenna hooked up and didn't do my checklist properly. Anyway, here I am. Let me do the. Hold on one second. There we go. I'll figure out how to run my station yet. This is K4PW on 6 meters, 50.135. Looking for check-ins any place, anywhere.
KM4 YRF.
Very good. I got Michael, KM4YRF. Who else? KD4GON. That's Danny up there. Your signal's a little low. Is he stronger to you, Michael?
No, his signal's a little low to me too tonight.
What did he call me?
Say it again, Danny. Oh, Roger. He's on a 20-meter dipole. He don't have a 6-meter antenna.
Oh man, tell your problems to somebody, man. No, I think I knew that. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, that was Danny on a non resonating antenna, but I can still hear him in there. Kilo Delta 4, 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is any place?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
All right, I got 3 in there. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson, and Greg KD4 CVE. And I think I heard, was that you in there, Scott? Very good. That's K1 SPD in Laverne. Who else? Very good. We got Eric and Gillisville. Which antenna are you using for your 6 meter? You said it was a horizontal, didn't you? Yeah, it's working, but I would expect you would have a better signal than that on a vertical. To me, I mean, you have such a good elevation, and I would expect it to be better than that.
No.
All right, well, very good. Let's hope we get. Well, that's what's good about the net, I guess. You get to hear criticism about your signal. No, very good. That's Eric in Goodlettsville, Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo Indy. Anybody else? Very good. Got two in there. Got Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, up on the beach. That's Mark up by the Cumberland. And Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Charles there. You sound okay too. Not a real big signal, but a full copy. Charles. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Anybody else?
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor.
Yeah, you got a good sound up there. Which is that a different microphone?
No, it's the same one. I think I cranked up the mic in there.
Yeah, you almost sound like one of those headset aircraft microphones. It sounds real tinny kind of.
Yeah, I may have not adjusted some of the transmit settings on here either, so that may be why.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know what they tell you. Don't mess with something you don't know nothing about.
Right. Well, I normally don't touch anything on this. I have a frequency I go to on 40 meters where they kind of just do sound check basically, and they kind of let you know how you sound every day. And of course, it's going to be different with every band, so you just never know what you're going to get. But yeah, I noticed his name Eric up there, he sounded really good last week, but he's kind of low to me this week.
Right, right. Well, that issue was messing with stuff. I learned the hard way on computers early on when I first got involved in computers. If you don't know what you're doing, don't change nothing.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I haven't. That's the only thing I've touched on this. Everything else is pretty much the same as it's been since I've owned it.
Yeah, very good. Now you sound fine. All right, let's move on. We had 10 in there on 6 meters. Anybody else out there? All righty, we had 10 there, 13 on 2 meter upper sideband, and 23 on on 2 meters. And we're going to move over to, by the way, on DMR, we had 6 on DMR, and we had 4 on D-Star, and we had 11 on C4 FM. At least that's what Michael says he got. But now we're going to move over to 223, 415. I'm going to close out the YouTube thingy and close out this net. Appreciate everybody being there. Catch you all on down the log, as they say. K4PW.